Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. Your eyes do not deceive you, my friend. We're talking about Rafael Devers to the Yankees. Now, you might be saying, Joe, what are you smoking today? What are you doing? Did you have too much to drink? Well, for your information, I've never smoked a day in my life. I never drank a day in my life. However, John Heyman mentioned in a New York Post column that Rafael Devers is listed as an extreme long shot in the Yankees' search for a new third baseman, but he's not ruling it out. The Devers' time with the Giants, not even a month in, it hasn't gone well. And I'm not even talking about how he's played with them because, quite frankly, he has been a disappointment offensively for them. In 22 games, Devers is hitting .225, 2 home runs, 9 RBI with the .706 OPS. The Giants expected him to make some kind of an impact, and this is for a very expensive DH. Now, Devers hasn't even played the field once this season. He just DH'd. That's all he's done. And the Yankees need a third baseman. So if this were even a remote possibility, if you were to acquire Devers, of course, you have to tell the schlep, you're playing third base. Now, as I said, there's kind of, I don't want to say trouble in paradise, but things haven't gone smoothly so far in his time with the Giants. He was supposed to work out over there at first base with Will Clark. That didn't happen. I believe he turned 3 consecutive workouts. He was supposed to work out with Will Clark 3 days in a row. He turned them all down. I found that nuts, man. When I read that, I was like, no way. But it's true. So he needs to change his attitude just a little bit. Just a little bit. The Giants did nothing to you. They traded for you because they believe in you, and you're still having an issue. Anyway, I digress. Devers is owed $250 million. So any team that would acquire Devers from San Francisco would have to probably take on that entire contract because the Giants did it, and any team who would take him on from the Giants would probably have to do the same if they wanted Devers. Now, don't come to me and say, this is impossible. They just got him. Give him time. This wouldn't be the first time that this happened. Let's look back at when Piazza was traded from the Dodgers to the Marlins. He was only a Marlin for a really short amount of time back in 97. Then the Marlins traded him to the Mets. We've seen it happen in basketball many moons ago with Rasheed Wallace. He was traded to the Hawks, but then shortly after that was traded to the Pistons, and we all know how that ended for the Pistons. They won the NBA title. So it's not that it hasn't happened in sports. It could happen, and especially if Devers isn't enjoying his time there and is being a little immature, quite frankly. Well, I think it could happen. Now, would the Yankees be the team to go trade for him? I don't know. Like, listen, I'm not Nostradamus. I can't tell the future. I have no idea. I'm not friends with Brian Cashman, even though I think I am. I'm not. He doesn't return my phone calls, return my texts, nothing. Nothing at all. I get a little offended. Anywho. So, really, do I think that this is going to happen? I don't. I'm laughing at it. I'm laughing about it because this is crazy, man. Devers this season, though, between his time with the Red Sox and the Giants, 17 home runs. So he would provide that power bat that the Yankees need. 70 walks this year. Wow, I didn't even realize that. It's a lot of walks. Struck out 107 times, though, so far. Is this possible? Do I think it's going to happen? I don't. But I would not be shocked if the Giants just said, you know what? We're going to move him. We're going to trade him. It's not working out here. Now, what would the Yankees have to trade to get Devers? I don't think it would be much. And here's why. As I said, you would be taking on that entire deal, the rest of his contract, $250 million. You'd be taking that entire thing on. So what I'm thinking, probably Ben Rice and a player to be named later would get a deal done for Rafael Devers. Ben Rice, 26 years old, has many years of control. He would fill in at first base for the Giants very well, I think. And there you go. Now, we've seen once upon a time when the New York Yankees did something like this 21 years ago when they traded for Alex Rodriguez. They traded Alfonso Soriano and a player to be named later for A-Rod, and they took his whole deal on. I think maybe Texas paid for a little bit of it, but the Yankees traded Soriano and they traded a player to be named later for A-Rod. It's happened before. I'm just saying things like this have happened, but at the same time, would I want a guy like him in my clubhouse? I don't know, because if we're presented with this opportunity and if rumblings start to happen where, hey, Devers could be a possibility for the Yankees. We didn't even know that Devers was even on the trade market to begin with, that Boston was trying to trade him. They just unloaded him just like that to the Giants, and nobody had a clue that was going to happen. Nobody had a clue. So could this happen where the Yankees just swoop in and say, hey, we'll give you Rice, we'll give you a minor leaguer or a player to be named later, but we need Devers back and he needs to play third base. And if he's willing to play third base, maybe it happens. Maybe it happens. I don't know. I just thought it was really freaking crazy. I was about to make a video. Now, I'll tell you guys later. I don't want to spoil it. I could save that for next week. I could put it in my back pocket for next week. Now, I want to know down in the comments, do you guys think that this would make any sense? If this was even remotely a possibility, if this were to come up through conversations between Brian Cashman and the San Francisco Giants, would you be entertained by this? Would you want to do this? Would you want to part with Ben Rice for Rafael Devers? As I said earlier, Devers has DH'd all year long. He hasn't even sniffed the field. And him not wanting to work out at first base, it's just red flags for me all over. But you can't ignore the kind of hitter he is, because he's one of the best hitters in baseball. He's one of the best hitters in baseball. And he would be a massive upgrade in that Yankee lineup. He'd be the second best player in that lineup behind Aaron Judge. There's no disputing that. There's no disputing that. He would be the second best offensive player in that lineup. He would provide so much honestly, I'm not entirely against it. It's just his attitude lately kind of stinks. And I don't know if I want that in the clubhouse. I really don't. I don't know if I want that in the clubhouse. But he's one remarkable offensive player, not a very good defensive player, but a remarkable offensive player. And if this were to maybe come up, you at least have to entertain it at least a little bit. So I want to know what you guys think. Like I said, guys, listen, I know some of you might be a little pissed, might be saying, no, this is that, this isn't going to happen. I said that to you already. I know this probably won't happen. John Heyman said it himself. It's an extreme long shot. An extreme long shot. But it made for a fun topic. It made for something interesting to talk about. And that's what I try to do. I try to bring in interesting topics, fun topics that you might find fun. Quite frankly, that you might find fun. So listen. I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sidebar, are you pumped that the McDonald's snack wraps are back? Because my wife freaking loves the snack wraps. Loves them. And she was so angry when they discontinued them way back when. Now they're back. They're a little more expensive though, but now they're back. I think I'm going to go grab myself a snack wrap. So listen, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.